All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we're going to be taking a look at GTII and ENZC. I'm getting worried on GTII for sure. Okay, obviously, if you've been watching the last videos, I've been more interested in the weekly than the daily, and it's I can't even get the words out, right? Like that's how much it hurts for me to say it. Like, I want things to go up, I swear, but it is now looking to me like we're about to lose the 200. We're about to fall below all five moving averages, and there's a hard fall if things get as bad as they could. All right, so look, we've fallen under before and it's figured it out. So there's a couple like things I will talk about, right? But this is not how I want this weekly to close. Tomorrow is going to be really important. The week candle is not done yet. All right, it is only Thursday, but shit, it's Thursday, right? Like there is only a day left, so I'm getting worried here. I'll be honest, I think ENZC might be looking a little interesting. I'm not getting wildly excited, but there might be a recovery play that actually might be brewing there. So all that said, I'll get into the details shortly. Real quick, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do. We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly, sorry about that, to see how this thing is setting up short term. We have our five moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines, as well as diagonal trend lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this thing with your friends. Look, comment good or bad. I'm not here to hate. I'm not here to like make you, fear and sell. Like, no, I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money, right? I am just giving you opinions. I know there's a lot of passion here and, just a thought on the internet, right? But yeah, let's get into the details as we normally do. All right, so GTII. Look, I've said this a number of times. If you can get over all five moving averages, if you can be on this side of that magical line, good things can happen. On the reverse, if you fall below all five, if you're under every single one, that is where bad things can happen. I always say bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. But if you're under all of them, as well as obviously the 8 and the 20 as well, that's bad. And for it to happen on the weekly chart might be implying that we're going to have weeks and weeks and weeks of pain, all right? In all honesty, next week might confirm really hard and I think can hit 7... Next week might be scary, all right? Because again, I've said it a couple times. The one after the doji tends to tell the truth, all right? This was a doji. Assuming Friday closes here or around here, this is kind of telling me the next one might be bad. You know what I mean? So I am scared that we're confirming we're under all five. I said at the beginning of the video, though, look, we've been under all five before. Okay, all five moving averages on the weekly. We were here for a bit, but then came back up, right? We were under here for a bit, but then came back up, right? I don't know if third time will be the charm and we'll do it again. And look, the amount of we were under and went back up definitely decreased by basically 50% right here, right? If we go again, are we just going to decrease by 50% and maybe only go up to this 140? Look, you should be seeing, there are three moving averages stacked basically between 154, 155, and like it's going to be really hard to get over 155. And again, if this was the first one, half of it was the second one, maybe half of it is the third one, and it kind of goes to that. From there, I'm not even sure if we're breaking the trend, the downtrend, or this 8 moving average, right, which is basically sitting at 120, all right, and seemingly going lower. Actually, next week's candle is probably going to bring it a little closer to this 113, right? But I'm more worried about hitting 70 cents than I am getting excited for a swing to 120 or 113. And again, I know no one wants to talk about pennies, but if this thing actually went up to 113, that's not a bad trade at all. All right, that's a little bit more than a 20 burger right there. But going down, losing another 10 cents, actually a little bit more, almost 20 cents. That's a rough couple weeks that might be coming. So be careful with GTII. Again, I care less about the daily and more about the weekly, because again, if the weekly is telling me there might be a couple weeks of pain, there's not too much I can expect from the daily. Maybe there'll be a couple more of these kind of things, but this is actually kind of saying we might be heading lower. You know what I mean? And there's just zero volume interest. It's getting very scary on GTII, to say the least. All right. ENZC. Okay. Again, there's some interesting things happening here. All right. Generally, the way it works in this technical analysis game I love to play, you go down a lot, then you kind of horizontal, and then you either go up and recover or you keep dropping down. Okay. Now, if this thing was to go up, I do not think we're going to get over 6 cents. All right. 6.2 is going to be really hard to get over. I'll be honest, getting over 5 and 5.5, give or take, is going to be no joke at all either. Okay. But if we could go from 4 cents to 5 cents, that's actually a 20% swing. And I know no one wants to talk about pennies on ENZC, but I love talking about 20% swings. If I can put my money into something that will make it go up 20%, yeah, my ears perk a little bit. You know what I mean? This is a decent RSI, not a fantastic MACD, and obviously really shitty volume, right? So honestly, I'm actually not wildly confident we're even going to break 4.5. But I think it could be an interesting move to consider it. I'll be honest, I wouldn't make the move. I just actually don't like this 20 moving average sitting right here. Maybe going from 4.5 to 5, that's a 10% swing. But I think it's a very, very make sure your fingers on the mouse, and I think it's just a little too scary for me, in all honesty, okay? If I'm also like really just seeing that this 20 moving average is coming down a little hard, right? So like, I think in my head, we still need it to come a little bit before, you know, bad things happen under the 8 and the 20, all right? If you can get over the 8, but you're still under the 20, it's no fantastic ride, all right? And this isn't a good chart to look at, but like just, I've seen this like thing before, right? So I'm not wildly excited yet, dude. For real, if this thing can get over 6.5 cents, that's when the stock becomes really juicy, for sure. For now, man, I'm not wildly confident. I'm glad this 4 cent line is doing the job, is holding pretty well, but I'm still not in a good place to believe we're breaking moving averages, let alone breaking them consistently. You know what I mean? But I see these two trying to improve. I see volume getting a little better, right? Like this volume was 6.1. Today was obviously 8. Like volumes, that looks like it is going up a little bit, but yeah, again, like I said in the beginning, I'm far more worried about GTII than ENZC. There's nothing here screaming, put your money in, you know what I mean? And look, on the weekly, this isn't fantastic. We're definitely under all the moving averages. And look, for me to believe that the daily is going to kick ass, I need to believe that the weekly is going to be good, right? When the weekly looks like this, you know the days are going to look fantastic. When the weekly looks like that, there's not too much you can expect. And let's be honest, MACD is actually just starting to get bad. So I'm glad this is a doji. Hopefully next week kind of gives us a reason to say, all right, let's see what happens. And then, yeah, 4.5, 50% candle right there. I'm not too sure we get over 4.5. And if I'm not mistaken, that is what the, 8 moving average is. So be careful here. Again, I know a lot of passion. You know I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but just an opinion on the wall, all right? Hey, appreciate your time. Thank you.